My name is Miyazaki Tetsuro, or Tetsuro Miyazaki. That depends on where I am. My father was Japanese, my mom is Belgian. I grew up in Brussels, Belgium, and I'm the photographer of a photo project called Hafu to Hafu, for which I'm doing this crowdfunding campaign. My first memory of, let's call it struggling with identity, was when I was about 8. Belgium was doing really well in the World Cup football. And of course I wanted to be Belgium when we were playing with friends, but at some point someone said, "You can't be Belgium. No, you have to be Japan." And being Japan at that time in football really was not so cool. So that was my first experience trying to figure out who I was and noticing that other people project who I am and what my identity should be. 30 years later, I decided to meet up with other half-Japanese people and interview them and talk about what we have in common and what separates us. At the end of this interview, I would ask them to ask me one question back. And that's why the project is called Hafu to Hafu. Then, since I'm a photographer, I had to promise them to make a picture, and so we'd go outside and I'd take a picture while I asked them to think about this identity-related question. My ambition with this project is to photograph 192 Hafu from different countries in the world. There's 193 according to the United Nations, so there's 192 possible combinations with Japan. I've photographed 65 different countries so far. I've noticed that there are big differences according to what the other country is. So if that's an African country, you have completely different experiences than if you're half Asian and half Japanese kid, or if you're half Belgian or European, as I am. All their questions are a bit different as well. That's why I'm launching this crowdfunding campaign, because I need the financial support to keep this project going. In return, at the end of the project, I will be able to make a beautiful book with all the questions and all the photographs in them that people can pre-order and then support the campaign. I will need 30,000 euros at least to keep the project going and to deliver a book. That's a little bit more in dollars, and that's a lot more in Japanese yen. And if possible, I would like to raise more, because that would make more pictures, that would make a bigger book. By contributing to this crowdfunding campaign, you support the Hafu to Hafu project and its goal to create a better understanding between different identities and cultures. Thanks for your support.